started coming to the store. I've been smoking since I was about 16 years old. So at that time I was about 24 going on 25. I had a small boy at that time, and the idea was looking for an alternative to get my son away from cigarette smoke and all that. His mother at the time was a smoker as well. We both started to kind of transition over to start vaping. At first I didn't know, I thought it just might help me cut back on smoking traditional cigarettes. But basically after about 2 weeks of using vaporizer, I was done with smoking cigarettes. I could smell it, I could start tasting food better, I could smell basically everything better. It just became like more enjoyable way of life.
So was it that, your own experience from doing that made you want to get into the business too?
Yep. I was working two kind of mediocre jobs at the time. I was working at UPS, handling packages, and then I started going actually into life insurance. I got my life insurance license in the state of New Hampshire. I just started doing it when I was really getting close with Kyle at that time. And the life insurance industry is kind of based on your death or the death of a loved one and not having financial expenses and all that. So it's kind of a morbid profession to be in, look at that aspect. Mm-hmm. And Kyle actually just needed help on a Sunday. He had 11 employee go, asked me to cover the store, told me he'd have my back, he'd help me, watch me. He was here a couple hours, he had to take off, and I just thoroughly enjoyed the experience of actually being able to help people use a new product and get them to kind of change their life in a way.
So, I'm going to jump in, all right? Sean is more of like a pretty boy. I mean, he looks really good behind the counter, okay? All right? And he failed to mention that he was newly enrolled in college at the time. And I said, all right, smart kid, pretty boy, give him a chance.
And since then, I've completed my associate's degree, all while working for him. Kind of the management style and the flexibility allowed me to basically continue to go to the school, to continue my education, and further myself.
Actually, it's ironic because right after my mom, I watched her like literally almost die from lung cancer from smoking, and like the stress just piled up so high. And I always said, I'll never smoke cigarettes. I'll never be that person. Like I've seen what it's done to people, and I started smoking. So every time I lit one up, it was, I was feeling guilty and stuff. But I walked into my first vape shop and got my first vape right when I turned 18, and immediately it's just like I stopped smoking, which for some people it takes a while, which there's nothing wrong with that, but with me it was almost immediate. I just stopped smoking immediately, and going into a vape shop kind of made me feel more comfortable and accepted, because when you walk into a vape shop, no matter what, you at least have one thing in common with that person right off the bat, and I find that's like something that people kind of like bond over and makes them healthier. So I'm 22 now, and I've done a lot in the industry. Like I produce vape conventions, but there came a point in my life where I kind of took a hiatus from the industry, and it's funny that Sean said that because I started selling life insurance, and I fell down on my face, and I literally I just felt an empty hole in my heart with not being involved in the industry anymore, and not converting smokers, and not being there to bring them on that journey and give them the guidance that they need so it works properly. So I ended up coming back, and yeah, I drive an hour and a half here 3 times a week and an hour and a half home, but it's worth it, because when that person comes back a month later and thanks me for saving their life or bettering their health, that's what makes it worth it to me. It's not the money, it's making a positive impact on the world. I think that's very important.